Picture this. You unearth a pair of jeans in an old trunk in your attic or basement that you haven't seen in years. These pants used to belong to your great-grandfather, and you subsequently find out that they are worth a lot of money, 3 crore rupees, about $375,000. It sounds impossible, doesn't it? But today's story is about something quite similar, an amazing real-life discovery that transformed someone's life forever. Disclaimer: this video uses non-copyrighted footage and clips for visual storytelling purposes. All images, videos, and illustrations are used under fair use guidelines or are royalty-free and do not depict the actual events or individuals unless otherwise stated. This video is created for educational and informational use only. Around 10 years ago, in the United States, a man named Jock Taylor was sorting through some of his old items. He found a little, dusty old chest while looking through the attic. Jock knew right once that this chest was really old, about 122 years old, to be exact. It used to belong to his great-grandfather, Solomon Warner. Curious, Jock opened the chest and found various old items within. One thing that jumped out was a pair of blue pants. These jeans appeared almost brand new, even though they were more than 100 years old. They were waist size 44, showing that Solomon Warner must have been a huge man. In fact, he was, standing at an astonishing 6 feet 6 inches tall. Solomon Warner was a prominent character in American history. Around 150 years ago, he resided in the state of Arizona and was noted for being a pioneer. He created the first store in that region that sold things made in the USA. When the American Civil War broke out in 1861, Solomon relocated to the New Mexico area, where he finally got married and built a flour mill. It is thought that Solomon bought the jeans about 1893, and remarkably, he either never wore them or wore them just once or twice. The jeans were in near mint condition. But what made this pair of jeans so exceptional was that they were an actual Levi's, one of the most famous and legendary denim brands in the world. This Levi's jeans was a historical piece. The denim fabric was made in a mill in New Hampshire, while the jeans themselves were manufactured in San Francisco. Back in those days, jeans just had a single back pocket and didn't come with belt loops, as suspenders were often employed to hold them up. When Jock studied the jeans more attentively, he instantly understood that this was no ordinary pair of pants. This was a 122-year-old Levi's in pristine condition, essentially a time capsule of fashion history. It was a unique antique, sitting for almost a century in an ancient family trunk. Solomon Warner had passed away in 1899, and the trunk ultimately made its way to Jock's maternal grandpa. Since Jock's granddad had only one child, Jock's mother, the trunk stayed with her until she handed it along to Jock. And thus, the forgotten jeans found their way into Jock's hands, over a century later. Realizing the potential value of the jeans, Jock quickly got in touch with Levi's. The corporation was stunned and interested. They studied the jeans extensively and confirmed their authenticity and age. They offered Jock a considerable amount of money for them on the spot. Although the specific value was not released, it was evident that Levi's wanted this historic piece back in their possession. However, Jock turned down the offer. He believed the jeans were worth far more than what was being given. It was a gamble. He wasn't sure whether the jeans would ever sell for a greater price. But Jock had faith in the worth of this rare historical object. In 2016, Jock decided to put the jeans up for auction. Unfortunately, they didn't sell. But he didn't lose hope. 2 years later, in 2018, Jock tried again, and this time, his gamble paid off. The same pair of Levi's pants was sold for an unbelievable amount, 1 lakh rupees at the time, which is today valued at roughly 3 crore rupees. The buyer was someone from Asia, yet their identity remains unclear. What is obvious is that this one pair of jeans profoundly transformed Jock's life. It's remarkable to imagine that something as basic as a pair of pants, stashed aside for almost a century, could wind up being worth so much. Who could have guessed that Solomon Warner's simple purchase in the late 1800s would one day become a beloved antique? His great-grandson Jock certainly didn't anticipate it. But it's a poignant reminder of how history can hide in the most unexpected places. So friends, next time you walk through an old trunk, attic, or storage box, pay attention. You never know what riches you might find. A forgotten trinket from the past might just be your key to prosperity. Thank you so much for watching this heartwarming and inspiring story. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real stories from around the world. Until next time, stay kind, stay curious, and keep watching mysterious stories.